Welcome back. So now that we've seen how to handle promises, let's actually try and return this promise from the service so that the UI can take care of doing something with the promise. Now, just to kind of show you guys, we could actually go in here if we wanted to and do like a window right here and then just do an alert and say product deleted, right? There we go. We could do this, but again, now I'll start coupling window-specific information, component-specific information into my services, and that's not where it belongs. But let's just to kind of show you guys what actually would happen, let's just try and delete another product here. So jumping into my front end, deleting the ice cream 2, and boom, we hit the debugger, and hopefully an alert pops up saying product deleted. I can close this, right? So now the problem here is that I'm not satisfied with this because it shouldn't be the service that shows any UI information. The service should just take care of handling the data, right? So let's change that. So jumping back to my code, I want to do an alert, but not here. So what I'll do is I'll just remove all of this from here right now. There we go. And then instead, I'll actually explain to the system that when I delete something right now, I'm going to return a promise because promise is just an object, and that promise is going to contain some kind of product information. How do we do that? Well, you pretty much just say return right here, return the promise. Now it complains that this guy can't actually not return a promise with a specific product. It actually needs to return a promise with a void. So let's just keep it like that for now. We'll just put in nothing here like this, so it just returns a promise with void. There we go. So that's the kind of promise it wants to return. It pretty much just means that when I delete something, I'm not going to get back the actual product. It's just going to be undefined, like we just proved last lesson, so no problem at all. We're going to keep it like this for now, but that means that now when I delete something, I'm actually going to get back a promise in my component that I can then use to kind of show a notification dialog. So jumping back to our TypeScript code in the product list, whenever I delete something now, you'll see this guy returns a promise now. I'm not using it for anything, so what I'll do is pretty much just I'll add a small then function right here and say, well, I know I'm not getting anything back, so I don't care about that. It's going to return undefined anyway, so all I want to do is kind of just pop up with this, just saying the product's deleted. And if I want to be even more specific, I can say product with ID, and then I can put in the product ID right here. There we go. And then I can kind of just explain is deleted, right? So I could do something like this to kind of notify people that I've just deleted this product right here. And there we go. Now that gives me at least more information in my system. And let's just try, I only have one product left, so let's just try and delete it and see this happening. We go, boom, we get information that this was deleted. We can close, and it's gone. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing stuff. So that's kind of how we can move the promise and return the promise from the service. And then we can start using that promise to whatever we want to use it for in a UI specific scenario. Now, of course, we could do the same thing right here, where we could then, of course, also catch, and we can also do the finally clause, just like we did in last lesson. So we have the full capability of using this promise now after the service has created it. And again, notice right away that actually as soon as I do this function right here, the promise is actually executed, sending an event to the backend. So as soon as I trigger the delete function, boom, the promise is sent right here. It's different for observables, that's why I'm saying it. As soon as this function is called, the event is being triggered, and then when I'm done, the reply is going to be shown inside the then function right here, and then I show my dialog. So that's it for this lesson, very quick lesson. I just wanted to kind of show you guys how simple it was to actually start using the promise in a real scenario with the delete function right here. See you next time, have fun.